Hello, John Dilworth here. In our previous scene, we had created the layout for scene 45, where Jim is about to lock the door, in which Jane is caged, voluntarily caged. So, look what we have here. We have the background. I finished the background, and that looks actually awesome. Gaudi provided, because I lived in Barcelona, and I had been affected by all this beautiful stuff. Look at the curves. Look at those beautiful curves, right? So I use this here. And as many of you may know, in my films I often honor those that are important to me in portraits hanging in the films. Lots of stuff going on. So we have our ubiquitous mouse hole, happy face doorknobs. And then in these beautiful Gaudi-esque frames, we're going to have photos of my family, my immediate family. Blood, only blood related. And then others. We have a big film. So what I want to show you is the action. Remember we had, in the previous video, we had this little investigation, this idea of alternating arms to lock doors. And let me show you a little. The feet are on a separate layer. Let me show you that. Because it saves a heck of a lot of time. So those are the feet. They're on a separate layer. And they'll match like that. So let's just look at how this feels. A lot of this is in between stuff that our dear colleague Anthony Kona has now taken over the duties of assisting John R. Dilworth. Okay, that's 7. There's 8. Let's stop at 8 right for now. So we start there and you just click, click. All right, so we've got this door. And this is the thing. I'm not moving anything. The timing on this is absurd. So it's so fast that I'm just electing not to move anything. I'm just going to give you the body. So it goes, then we'll have the sound effect. And then it'll transition. So it's like, and he grabs, right? And all sorts of stuff is happening. His body is moving, his shoulders. And so that's a turn. That's a slide. Whoopsies. Let's look at the slide. So it's melody, you know. Slide. And then turn. Okay, so then he comes off that. And the right hand telegraphs, because I want you to notice that's happening. And click, 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 click. So, that's all this beautiful stuff, and is happening super fast. Super fast. The point here is, it's just kind of dynamic. Instead of him just going da 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 all the way down, he's got this beautiful melody, this rhythm of the prose, even though it happens super fast. Could you imagine what it's going to feel like when you see it? Because it's going to impact you. And that's what, well, we're communicating. Animation, we're communicating. So what's the next series? Let's just look at this before we, right, so it's a slide, another slide, click, grab, slide, and you see he's put his body into it. And it's subtle, but it's going to register, man. And exaggerate the in-between so we know where it's happening. See that? See that left hand? Boom. Boom. Arcs. Left hand goes up. It wants to go here. Create an arc. And then this other thing goes click into the door. He's supposed to be locking this door, but there's no key. I'm telling you, it won't matter. Nobody will notice it. What they'll notice is psychologically, somehow, weirdly, the key will appear in the imagination. And that's amazing to me. I bet you. Anyone who wants to wager the completion funds for the film on this theory. So he goes click, and then click, click. And you see, look, always getting the whole body involved. And because it's so contained and constricted, tight place, all this action, it's going to be like... And then he grabs the other hand, the bottom lock, and gives that a turn. And that's that business. And now let's look at this. Just for a second. Look at the timing. So we have 2 frames, and then we go 1, 2 on ones, 2 ones. So we have this pattern. So the click will take, this is amazing. This is, what is this, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's like a second, 1/1000, and all that action happens. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It's like getting a shot of espresso. Well, until you get yours, stay animated.